Hey everyone, this is Ryan Klein.
I'm Paul Warren.
And this is another episode of SEO is Dead and Other Fantastic Lies.
So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about video SEO. Video SEO is a huge opportunity for all sorts of businesses, from e-commerce to merchandise to small, medium, large-sized businesses. Literally everyone could benefit from some level of video SEO. So we're going to discuss it today.
But mostly we're going to talk about how to rank stuff high in YouTube, hopefully make money off of it.
Absolutely, yeah. Whether it be lead generation or selling some products or branding or getting your name out there, there's always some reason to do it.
So Ryan, why do I want to do SEO for YouTube?
Oh man, you never presented a question like I have to answer it, and all smart and stuff. But anyway, as everyone is well aware, hopefully they listen to the podcast, Google is by far the number one search engine in the entire world, I believe. Not China, but United States. Let's just stick to the United States before I say something stupid.
Yeah, the place that we care about.
Yeah.
Our world.
And then, believe it or not, YouTube, which is owned by Google, does happen to be the second largest search engine in the country. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. What's also kind of interesting is that most of the tools still have areas of information for Bing and like Yahoo, like a lot of tools do. Like, oh, you can check your rankings in that, but they're not really like, hey, check your rankings in YouTube at all.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't have videos.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have videos, and like I guess maybe that's why they don't include it, like in a standard set of tools. Because I know like SERPbook, which I use. And if you guys aren't using that at all to track rankings,
I use SERPbook.
It's very. Well,
did you start using it because I use it, or I started using it because you did?
Yeah, you gave me like a good, I think like a 6 months free link or something.
Ooh,
and then
that's pretty sweet.
It's really cheap.
It's pretty accurate.
But they do include Yahoo and Bing in the rankings reports for it.
It's like, why not?
And I'm like, all right.
One more.
I really want to know how it's killing it in those, you know?
Well, it's one more reason for a client to see I'm number one in something.
Yeah, it makes them feel all good inside, all warm and good.
Because it's like it's a benefit if it's like I don't rank anywhere in Yahoo and Bing. It's like, well, who cares? And then if they rank number one in Yahoo and Bing, it's like, look, you ranked number one. So it's just like
I know what I'm doing.
Added benefit. But anyway, we're going back. We're not going to get off topic. It's just YouTube today.
Okay, so YouTube. So why do we want to do it?
Like I said before, there are just so many people that haven't taken advantage. In fact, they can make a pretty easy, especially in this day and age, a really simple video, and then rank it on YouTube for respective keywords.
Yeah,
it's not, it's 2018. We have high-powered not cameras, but like cell phones that have video cameras that are better than sophisticated cameras from 10 years ago.
Yeah, like the camera I had when I was in college, which is a really long time ago now, is about on the level of a phone.
Yeah, it's
5 years ago.
I mean, the cameras. I mean, there's whole movies being filmed on.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
Like the movie Unsane, which was a pretty good movie, but it was noticeably on an iPhone. Anyway, it's just really easy. It's easy to upload. It's easy to get going, and then you'll find out during this podcast, it's fairly easy to rank it once it's been finished. And we have experience doing it, so we're not just blowing hot air. We've been doing it for a bit for respective companies, mostly in-house. If we have any clients or people that we work with that have videos, haven't had that much difficulty ranking their existing videos. So it's just a great opportunity for a lot of people.
Honestly, the lifespan of rankings for some of these videos can be very, very substantial. And there's a million niches out there that you can drill down in and be a thought leader and be really specific in that people aren't doing anything with at all. As where, like, if you were to search something in Google in the SERPs, there might be 20 different articles covering that niche. I don't say niche, I say niche. It's just because how I grew up. But like in YouTube, there might be no one at all ever covering those exact keywords for that like type of video.
Yeah, it's almost a brand new playing field for those keywords. It's just another like blank slate to essentially rank things.
Yeah, and the upsell that you can accomplish from a video is way, way, way better than something you're going to get from a blog article, because you're creating a trust with the person that's presenting it, and you're creating sort of a relationship because they can see you, and that's not the same thing that you get from like a blog article at all. So the conversion rates on those things actually can be substantial if they're in the right niche and they provide the right information.
Yeah, especially take like a tutorial, approach. I mean, can you imagine? It's like I want to like fix my dishwasher. When you read a blog, that would like a couple images, or do you want to watch like a video of it? I mean, come on, that's kind of a no-brainer.
I think a perfect example of someone who did it really well is SourceWave, Alex Becker. So if you are in the SEO industry, you've probably come across something that he's done at some point. It's probably been a YouTube video that you've come across. That was pretty much the majority of the marketing that he did, along with some email marketing campaigns. But I remember the first time I got a hosting account on my own was through HostGator, and it was from his affiliate link on one of his videos.
Freaking HostGator,
which is the worst. I hate HostGator.
At least they're better than Bluehost, but
I don't mind Bluehost.
Bluehost stinks.
HostGator.
We're not going there.
Yeah.
All hosting stinks. Sorry, it's
that's true.
It's a generalization.
All hosting stinks.
They're brutal. I
use A2 hosting, which makes me a little worried that they didn't get A1 as their name.
A1 was completely failed venture. And
that's
you have another shot at life. Let's do it with A2.
They had that, but the hosting they were using it got hacked, and they had to just switch it up.
Well, it's because the steak sauce was like, we're gonna branch on a vertical.
We're gonna get into the internet.
Yeah. I mean, we do steak sauce, and we do hosting. What do you want?
All right, so getting back to what we're talking about here. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you do research for keywords.
Hey, take it away. I do it the same way I do for most other things. So you got your own thing.
There's a lot of ways. I mean, you can do the really, really manual way where you're just typing in stuff into the search bar that's related to like what you're looking for, and seeing kind of what's coming up. It's still going to have similar search volume to some of the stuff that you're going to see just in any tool that you're using for Google to look at keyword research. So like if you're using SEMrush, it's going to, you can get like a pretty good idea just like you're writing a normal like SEO article. And there's like specialized tools that will find all that information for you and like kind of make it quick and aggregate it, and it'll be just specific to like YouTube.
What are you talking about?
YT Cockpit?
YT Cockpit? The video we were just looking at prior to talking on this podcast?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool. So what did you like most about that little overview video that they had?
I really liked the affiliate sale that they had.
Oh, cool. What else?
That was the best one, the best part of it. No, but actually it is a pretty good tool. Anything that can make your keyword research, which by the way, keyword research is the worst part about SEO. I won't even include link building because I don't do that anymore. I just outsource all of it. Though. I mean, it's cool in theory, like to theorize about link building. It's not cool to actually build links. Yourself. Building links is terrible.
Well, like finding an opportunity and being like, and then doing it a few times yourself and say, hey, this works, and then going over to, the Philippines, India, and Bangladesh to have actually someone do it on a daily basis.
That's cool. But again, the point that we're both making is we found someone else to build those links. Manually doing that, anything like that, is pretty terrible. Unfortunately, that's where a lot of manual quality links come from.
I did a lot of manual DNN.
We did until we outsourced people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No one here is going to know what DNN is, so we can just tell them really quickly. And then there's a tiny off topic.
I think that we talked about this in a previous podcast, but DNN is .NET Nuke, and there was a huge exploit to create profiles on people's websites that they weren't aware of. That was technically like a link on their website, and then you made a profile with HTML and basically just did a link back to wherever you wanted.
CMS exploits are great. They're just great. Love them.
We're going to see less and less as time goes by.
I doubt that.
You think so?
No, I think you'll see more and more.
With
because
WordPress? I don't know.
A lot of those website builders that are really, really terrible, like Wix and like Squarespace and stuff, they're becoming more and more popular, and there's no way there's not going to be massive exploits in those.
Well, I'll wait for the day.
There already are.
So anyway, so we're talking about keyword research for YouTube.
Yeah. So you can use tools that... There's a ton of them out there. The one that I've used in the past, and I've used it, is YT Cockpit. So you can check out. We'll put a link in the blog article if we ever get our blog up and running.
Watch out for the guy pointing to his wiener on the website.
It is they're Swedish, so they're different.
No, they're Swiss.
They're Swiss.
Big diff.
There's a
one's Scandinavian and one is not.
There's a big diff. I guess I don't know.
No, there. One makes really good Gravlocks and one makes really good watches.
Well, yeah, which one is which?
Nice.
No,
go to Europe and you'll see.
But they are a little odd just because they are. You'll see if you go to their website and check it out. But it is a pretty good tool. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $200 for a year.
I think that's
for
what
the service, and that's that's pretty cheap considering like what you're getting for it and like the amount of keyword data they're going to give you, and it's really going to make your job a lot easier and a lot faster when coming up with topics.
Cool.
For keywords.
So let's say you have your keywords, you have your topics, and you're like, oh man, but I want to hire a video production company, and then if I do, there's not like a lot of money.
Expensive.
Do I hire like the local high school kid? Do I go to my full sale? Do I go to my full sale equipment?
How do you get videos made?
Yeah, how do I do the videos? Doesn't it sound like a huge hassle? And I don't have any of that competency right now. How do I do it? Or do you? Maybe you do.
Well, are you asking me how I do it, or are you going to tell me how you do it?
I know how I've done it.
All right, well, let's start with you, and then I'll tell you how I do it.
Okay, well, if you're in my situation, there's different approaches. There's probably like 3 different approaches that I've had. So, well, maybe there's probably 4. So sometimes you're going to have clients that happen to have the existing videos, and you're going to take those videos and you're going to upload them to like YouTube, and then you're going to optimize them for a respective keyword that's hopefully as closely related to like the topic of the video. Typically people have one video, and it's going to be like their business overview video. So you're probably going to optimize that for the most important, keyword, and that's a good starting point. And then the second thing is that sometimes people want to hire like straight up a video production company because they think that they're long overdue for very high quality professional videos, and they'll do that, and then you can start with those. The second thing or third thing is what I just said, which is actually not really that much of a joke, is you get like a college grad from some video production company or trade school, and you'll negotiate some sort of deal where they'll do multiple videos that'll probably come out to maybe $50 or $100 a video.
Very cheap.
Yep.
Insanely cheap.
And each one will be a minute, 30 or 2 minutes, and you'll go over all these topics. And the last one is that I have no issue doing is either going to your local Best Buy or Circuit City and buying like a video camera that's not particularly expensive.
You don't even need a video camera per se, like a DSLR, like a Rebel T3.
Oh yeah, like
something
that.
like that will shoot high quality enough.
Or just use
stuff for you.
Or just use your phone.
If you have a good iPhone, yeah, you can
use
shoot
your
stuff
phone
like that.
because, like we said right in the beginning, these iPhones shoot like pretty high quality cameras did 10 years ago.
Yeah. So, I have the benefit of resources at a full-time job that has a whole video department. So I get to go the in-house route, and they do really high production quality stuff. So I don't have to worry about anything like that. But in the past, if I've needed something, you can find pretty much anything you want on Fiverr. You're not gonna pay $5 for a video. You're gonna pay like maybe $85.
How does the video work on there? Because they're not like recording you.
Depending on what you want.
It's about post-production?
Depending on what you want. So you have lots of options. So there's like animated videos.
Like
if you
that.
want something like that,
I got
that's
you.
really easy to put together.
That's like that's a whole other thing. You're talking about like
Yeah.
not recording yourself. You're talking about an actual live person doing some promotional video and animation with a voiceover.
Yeah, you can get services so complete where you're just giving them a topic and they'll write a script. They'll come up with the CTA in it. They'll do all of it. It'll be like animated.
Oh man, you opened up that can, man.
Yeah.
Because Mark and My Market back in the day, we had when we were we may or may not have made a couple fake testimonial videos.
Yeah.
And these people were so popular that you'd be like, wow, this person has testimonials for 800 businesses. They've been all over the place. But I had this one person where we hired them on Fiverr, and they're like, hi, my name is Rebecca. I'm here in Orlando, Florida, and sure it is hard to compete with Disney. Mark and My Market came in, and they saved my mini golf course down in Kissimmee.
So that is another thing that you can find.
Testimonial videos.
You can find talent on there. You can provide them with a script. They'll literally film themselves, and they'll send it back to you. So you can honestly manage all this remotely if you wanted to. You're not going to get whatever you're picturing for a video because it's just not possibly going to happen unless you film it yourself and edit yourself and you're really involved in the process. But if you want to get something done very cheap and you want to get it done quickly, Fiverr is like a perfectly good place to do that.
Yeah, I think that it's good we can kind of talk about testimonial videos for a little bit because, of course, like keyword videos are extremely important, but testimonial videos like go a really long way.
Social proof, which really isn't testimonial videos, but it kind of falls in the same category. And when I say social proof, I literally mean like YouTube post or not YouTube post, but like a Facebook post, Twitter post, whatever, talking about how they love that product, but like an actual video. And if it can look organic, then becomes social proof. It's like if it literally looks like they shut it on their phone, or like it's like a Snapchat or like whatever, goes like a long way with like purchasing different products, especially at the point of purchase on a website.
I agree.
So like around your contact us now, you probably have, testimonials.
Not on the contact us.
But
I have testimonials in the testimonial section.
You don't have testimonials on your homepage?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends if it's like a really good one.
Yeah, I actually read this study, and I think it was it was like a company that offered social media like proof for companies, right? So it was like a software that basically collected all that information and it allowed you to like aggregate it in like places that you wanted on your site. But they did this study about like how much it increases like the potential for someone to purchase a product if it's right near like the buy it now or whatever, or fill out more information on that form. If it's like literally like within the same like your eyes can see both of them at the same time, like the conversion rates for it like goes up crazy.
And that's with a video?
That's not just with video, it's like with social proof, but some of the social proof was a video.
Cool. So so far we've covered the bases as far as like how you're going to go about recording these videos. You can get it professionally made, you can get it amateurly made, or give some local Full Sail kid a shot.
Local community college kid.
Sure, why not?
We'll say.
Or like a family friend. It's like, hey, Derek is getting into video production. Give him a chance.
That's going to be the cheapest. Or honestly, you can do it yourself with a lot of software tools out there. There's a million things, especially animated wise.
Well, you don't want to daunt people too much, if that's even a word, with like the video production, the post-production part. Honestly, with the PC, I use Movie Maker, and who gives a crap? Like, it just does what it has to do. It does editing, it does crossfades. What else do you want?
Yeah, you're not trying to win an Oscar here.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so let me tell you my favorite thing about like video SEO and YouTube SEO. And one, it gives you the ability to make money through an additional search engine, but you can repurpose all of this content and use it to rank other things, and you can show up in the search for it, which is amazing, right?
It's amazing. Honestly, before you go any further,
Yep.
the single word repurpose gives me the chills.
Ooh, I know.
It gives me the chills. If you're
I think
an
that's
SEO,
like a buzzword that every SEO loves.
I don't
right?
think it's
it's
not even like a buzzword, because it's so freaking important. If you guys aren't like repurposing, if you don't have like repurpose top of mind with almost any project you do, you're doing it wrong.
Like, why are you doing it if you can't use it across
it's just
mediums?
You have to repurpose everything as much as possible.
Yeah. So I know one of the ways that I like to super repurpose videos. So I like to pair it with a blog post, right? So I've done a lot of research on a particular keyword topic. I have a post written. I spend a good amount of effort. I would say more than the average SEO to make sure like the article reads very well. That it's like the topics is actually providing value to the reader, and they usually tend to rank pretty well. But when you're in a really competitive niche, you're like, hey, what can I do outside of building links to really like boost the rankings for this article?
Yeah.
And videos kill it every time. So if you go to like an article that's like relatively long, let's say it's like 2,000 words, and there's a video on there explaining, not completely, but like giving you enough of like what's in the article, you're probably going to watch that video. And actually, all the statistics for all the articles I've done show like that's exactly what happens. Like people watch that video. And so not only are they getting that information, but also it's just giving them enough information to make them want to read more of the article after the video is done. Right?
Well, because in the video you're like, I didn't explain the whole thing. You better read this article, you dummy.
So you want to give people just enough information to be dangerous, right? So like they feel like they can do it, and then they attempt to do it, and then they fail miserably because they thought that they could do it after they watched it, right? So that's what you want, because then they want to purchase whatever you have to offer about how to do it.
I can get into my story about how that worked out extremely for a law firm.
Right.
So there's a process called seal and expungement in the state of Florida and every other state in the United States, where if you have most misdemeanors and a couple felonies, if you get arrested, you want to expunge it. You don't want it to be on your record.
And you can do this process yourself, technically.
So that's the whole thing. So you can do this whole process yourself. It's kind of a pain in the ass. There's a lot of steps. You have to be very, very organized. You have to be very meticulous. But anyone with most of their brain could probably do it on their own. So the thing is that we did this video series, like straight up how to do an expungement, like straight up, how do you do expungement in Florida? And it was about a 6 or 7 video part series where the lawyer explained it in great detail, and he gave every single point or tip or step completely clear and very lucid, and he did it in a manner that was semi-complicated, because it could be complicated, a little complex, a little slightly overwhelming, and that's exactly what happened. The people had all the information they needed completely laid out in that 7 video part series, and then they just contacted the law firm instead.
Yeah.
Because once they got to like video 3 or 4, they're just like, it just sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. So what's really amazing, though, is the amount of real estate that you can take up with these videos. So one, not just in YouTube, but also in the SERPs in general. So if you look at like how the SERPs have changed over the last few years, there's like video cards now. Before, there may have just been like 1 or 2 spots that were just going to be like a video ranking in the SERPs, along with all the other actually like organic websites. So I mean, I've had like #1 ranking for the term, the card in there for video.
When you say card, is it
like a rich snip?
Not a thumbnail. Is it different?
It's sort of like a JSON LD, like the rich cards. Do you know what I'm talking? Yeah,
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like that, I've had like
I always know what you're talking about.
#1 organic ranking and like 2 of the videos, and then when you actually click on the video search within Google, the top 2 videos for that. What I like to do is it's actually probably not even. I wouldn't even say this is best practices from like a ranking standpoint, and we're gonna get into like the good stuff on how we rank videos, like and how we black out
this
videos.
This has been all crap
so
up to
we appreciate you guys sitting and listening to this so far, but we're getting into that like right next. Probably after we finish up this segment.
Have a lot of anecdotes before that.
Yeah, hopefully. But what I like to do, because I don't like the way videos look in YouTube, especially when they're embedded on your site, I prefer Wistia, which you have to pay for. I just think it's a much cleaner.
Yeah, YouTube looks kind of janky.
It does. It just looks a little bush league.
Well, especially even if you remove like the borders, and there's like code out there. It's like remove the frame.
Yeah,
remove
even
the
then,
border,
even
the
then,
info.
I still don't.
It still doesn't look.
Think
that
it
good.
looks very.
It's surprising how much it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, so I like to use Wistia. So whenever I have videos made, I have to upload them into Wistia, and then add that to my website, and then I upload a different one into YouTube. I don't add that to my website, which is like something that you would want to do. You want to add it to as many websites as possible, and that's we'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think just from a user experience, because I like to get leads off of my videos, and Wistia makes it very, very easy you can actually collect the lead in the video, like a lead form will pop up.
I wasn't aware of that. It sounds pretty cool.
At a specific time that you designate, yeah, and like you can capture those leads, send that directly into Salesforce or whatever, like CR or whatever you're using. You're using Salesforce,
Fusionsoft,
whatever.
Zoho,
it'll work with everything.
Brolo.
So, but that's like what I like to do. You don't necessarily want to do that, and we're going to tell you why right now. So
just you, actually.
I'm gonna tell you. So you have a video, you put it on there, you like the video, it looks good, you think it's gonna make money, you've done your keyword research. How do I rank this video? You ask yourself.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
oh my! So here's what's really gonna make the biggest difference, especially in YouTube.
I can think of a few different ways.
So one.
Let's alternate doing one each.
Okay, so we'll give you like a hierarchy right here. So.
Oh, you have #1 that you think?
So we'll just start with like where you would start. So you're uploading this video. So you need to give it a really good little title. That's going to have the main keyword that you're looking for, but also you got to think about click-through rates from people, right? So like what kind of offer are you giving them into like the article to begin with? So when you think about like all the stupid like videos that you've seen that are like just click garbage, but like for some reason YouTube rewards that, right? So like I remember
Friday.
Generally, like if you can get like kind of personal in the title, like the 5 blah blah things I used in 2018, whatever.
To wash my butt.
Yeah, like whatever you want to call it. Like for some reason, like that kind of stuff works better than just like generalized terms.
Well, people love lists.
People love lists.
That's never going to end. That, I mean, that's
they,
across blogs, articles, videos, everything.
Yeah. So making sure that you have like a really clickable title that's almost like, you know, BuzzFeed worthy, clickable, like BS, but with the keywords that you want in it, does really well. So now that you've gotten your main title in there, what do you do next?
Well, I mean, if you're still like editing the video itself and its information, YouTube is one of those interesting situations where you can do tags and the tags actually work. So like, you know, where your articles and blogs and you do meta keywords, of course, everyone knows that doesn't do anything. But then in YouTube it does because
it's amazing.
It's like tag the video, and you know how many tags you can do? A freaking lot of tags.
Yeah. I will say that people get way off topic with the tags that they use.
They're probably too general,
and they end up like I remember
they're probably just like video.
Yeah, like before like
tutorial.
I took over like at the place I worked before that did Forex. The person adding them, it would just be stuff like make money, you know.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Like
make money, get rich,
or like our brand name in it and stuff, you know. And like we don't really care if this comes up for a brand name. We want this to come for stuff that isn't.
You can do long tail because you have so many. There's so many tags. You can do like 25 tags probably. I don't know if it's changing.
I don't know. The most views I ever got from a video was like 100,000.
That's great.
Which I got. It has like right now.
You didn't even have to pay for them. I
didn't. You know, that's the best part about it. And it consistently gets leads every single day. It gets like 4 leads a day.
Do you believe that there's this isn't like a side topic, but is there a correlation between ranking and how many views the video gets?
Not necessarily, no. There's definitely like a freshness factor, like how new that video has just come out. Like you'll get a boost from that. That won't last very long, then it will go away. But I think
it's kind of like
the next things we're going to talk about are what affected the most, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about like adding the information. So it's like a good title. I think that you have to have like a little bit of stuff in the description is nice.
So I would definitely have your video transcribed.
But
for sure.
I mean, you always, but that's the repurposing part for blogs and articles.
Well,
I don't drop the transcription in the description, though.
I do.
I don't because I want to use that elsewhere.
Well, you can use it elsewhere.
I'm just concerned it might be duplicate.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I've never had any problem with that.
I'm yet to see.
I always transcribe it. It just gives you an opportunity to like rank for different things. One thing that we didn't mention, and this is kind of crazy, is you want to have the actual audio in the video mention the thing that you want to rank for.
Oh yeah, you do.
It's crazy.
Well, because it picks up the audio.
Because it knows. It knows. So if you want to have them like mention it like a couple of times throughout at the beginning and at the end.
No, you're absolutely correct because YouTube does go the length of actually trying to pick up the audio and like extrapolate what the topic is and turn it into
which
keywords.
Is crazy, but
I don't think it's that crazy.
I mean, no, I mean it's crazy that I can do it.
Well, think about
it's crazy that I can do it.
Well, think about it this way: it offers captions.
Yeah.
That's based off like, hey, this is the captions that we picked up off the video. You can insert your own captions because you're a human being, and I can only do so much because I'm a robot.
Always have someone mention that. You know, once you're doing your research, like what you want to rank for.
It'll transcribe it itself. It'll try its best.
Yeah.
And make it very clear. So you can be like me, where I'm just like, but then I'm like, video SEO, and then it picks it up, and it's like, this is about videos SEO.
So if you're like iPhone repair in Walla Walla, Washington, make sure you're like, we're going to tell you today about the best deal on iPhone repair in Walla Walla, Washington.
Yeah, be like very clear.
Say that.
And articulate. Much better than
what I just said.
Much better than both of us.
So
we're past like actually.
So these are all things that you can easily control.
I guess this is
like
this
once
is
published.
This is like the actual optimization of the video on YouTube.
Yeah,
we're only getting started though.
Yeah. So here's like where the fun comes in, right? So you published your video, picked your tags, you've written your description,
share it with your man,
put links, share it with your man,
share it with the office, and like, look guys, I got a side business.
Forward this, it's pretty great, right? It's been 2 weeks, you only have 11 views. It hasn't made you any money. You're kind of pissed off about it.
It looks so good. It's on my iPhone. Like I did a really good job.
So how do you get more views on this bad boy? How do you get to rank?
Oh man,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Let's rank it.
So I use a service on Conquer. It works super well. But basically, you want as many embeds for this video on as many different websites as humanly possible. So we're going back to link building.
Completely
That's
agree.
what you're going to do.
Completely agree.
You're going to link build for this bad boy, but your links are going to be embeds. So I actually use a service that does that. It does. So another thing is sort of like not the reviews per se, but like the thumbs up, thumbs down, right?
Right.
YouTube wants interactions from people watching it.
And comments.
It loves comments. It loves stuff like that. It wants it from unique IP addresses, so it looks like actual human beings are doing this.
Human beings.
So you can't just do it all yourself and make a bunch of different YouTube accounts and do it. It has to be a little more sophisticated than that, unfortunately. But what's great is you can buy all these services very cheaply online.
Yes.
So for like $25, basically, you can get like a package that'll give you 3,000 views. It'll do like natural, like upvotes, some downvotes in there because they want it to look organic. It'll do comments from people from like aged YouTube accounts, and usually that's enough to get it kickstarted and going.
Yeah, once it starts rolling, actual people will start watching it.
Yeah, when the algorithm for YouTube sees that something is like, because what YouTube cares about, right? The most important thing is like virality, right? So if something is viral, they want to push that up to the top, and so like that's what you're trying to like recreate artificially is like this is viral.
Yeah,
right?
It's probably the only thing that YouTube is good at. So like at first it's like I don't really understand why this video is so popular in Indonesia, but at least now America thinks it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is basically what you're trying to do. So you could, if you have your own PBN, you can do this.
I would only send like only a couple PBNs.
I wouldn't.
That's like almost overkill immediately.
I would almost 100% outsource this. You can go and Conquer. Just check out YouTube video, like YouTube SEO on there. Conquer.io.
Like,
so
well,
Konker.io. Used to be a source market. I mean, there's a lot of like issues I have with that. I'm not really like a huge advocate of it. Okay. But like, there's some good vendors on there that provide some pretty good service. If they went somewhere else, I'd follow them somewhere else. So I'm not like preaching use Conquer. Just like,
I actually hired like 4 people on Conquer for a side project. Mm-hmm. Like all sorts of different, like social, and then like Web 2.0, and then a couple PBN, and a couple like article like syndications. And I'm following my SEM rush, and I'm seeing how many of these links are coming in. And I'll keep you all posted as a little side note.
Yeah. So just to recap, hopefully you found this useful, and you can start actually doing some YouTube SEO afterwards. But again, why you want to do it? Because you can make good money. You can get lots of traffic for it. You can tie it to local sites, and you can help them rank. You can repurpose videos and use them.
We didn't talk about the repurposing part.
Well, we talked a little bit how I repurposed it.
Well, let's wrap up how you rank it. So it's going to be optimizing the video itself with a good title, description, tags,
sure.
Hopefully maybe good captions. It's going to be doing sending links to the actual video with anchor text is probably the keyword or more or less. And then also it's the embedding is the biggest thing, I think.
The number one thing is links. Links control the world, right?
So there's yeah, dude. Of course they do.
Like
links. It's like nepotism.
We're also
too. It's like
we're gonna do
links to Russia, and then Saudi Arabia.
We're gonna do an SEO podcast on like everything that's BS that Google says. So all the stuff they say that doesn't work, that does work. We're gonna do one on that pretty soon.
True. And then as far as repurposing, how do we repurpose videos? Obviously, we wanted to rank on YouTube, but we also embedded on websites, like you mentioned.
So that's going to help your on-page like stats and like your bounce rates, all that stuff.
Talk about time on page.
Oh, your time on page is going to go way up.
It goes up like
I went from 30 seconds 300%? To 10 minutes.
There you go. I mean, your time on page is going to go nuts.
And like those are like some of the more important ranking factors for just organic SEO now in 2018.
Well, the biggest thing, like not syndication, but repurposing. One of the biggest things is really transcription, because a lot of our clients and like a lot of people in general have like difficulty just sitting there and like hunkering down and like typing like thousands of words.
Yeah.
But if you're talking during the video and it starts to get natural and you get in the flow and you hit your stride, like we do because we're just like really into this stuff. I mean,
well, we're not going to transcribe this, but we are going to try and rank in YouTube for
the poor soul that has to
stuff.
transcribe this. Yeah, but this would be 15,000 to 20,000 words.
So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see some examples of this on our blog post because we're going to actually try and rank this in YouTube for YouTube SEO in 2018. And I'll provide links to all the services that I used, and you can follow along with those and buy them if you want, or leave a comment, tell me I'm full of shit, whatever. But we'll check back and look at like rankings in probably like a month, and we'll see how it looks.
Yeah, we're trying to outrank Moz for everything. Because it's like a...
but not Doggy Snuggies. They can outrank us for that.
Not Doggy Snuggies. You can't get that by redirecting the entire website.
For all time. So I think we've recapped how you're going to rank it, the quick ways to do it. Just outsource all that stuff, build those links, get those embeds, and get those views and stuff. Like don't worry about organically doing any of it. Honestly, it's not a good use of your time. Like you can be producing more videos and ranking them with the same amount of time you're actually trying to like share this.
Like video SEO is like a cool venture, and it's one of those things where some people like just do that and they live by it, and then that's like the driving like force of their business.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm just like, I'm going to talk about this topic. This person asked me this. I'm going to answer it on the video. I saw this online. I'm going to answer it in the video. And before you know it, you just have like so much content.
Yeah, but the key is if you're also doing a blog post about it, right?
Well, you can transcribe it too.
You're automatically, without even really knowing, doing like long tail keyword. Like someone asked you this question, you're doing it. You're writing a specific article about this question. You're doing long tail SEO right there, and like you haven't done any keyword research at all about it. So and you're probably, if someone's asking you about it, it's long, like there's probably some search volume around it.
There is. I just think this is one of those things to wrap it up super quick before we start talking about Triple D.
Okay.
It's just like if you got the time, it's going to help. It will, because videos are like, they're accessible, they can rank, you can repurpose them easily. It's just one of those things where just do it and see how it works out.
Yeah, you're only going to get benefits from it. You're not going to really, unless you get a bunch of negative stuff, like negative comments.
Like when I did it for the law firm, and it said how to remove a mugshot online.
Yeah,
and then it didn't really explain enough, and people were like,
really
"Where's your scumbags?"
So, but you can just remove comments. Actually, it doesn't. You can make it so people can't comment on a YouTube video.
You're scum.
Those that
didn't work.
Those very rarely rank as well as other.
Well, that video got like 25,000 views.
I mean, one thing that we didn't talk about at all, and we're going to talk about in a different episode, is the benefit of creating subscribers and how you can make
we didn't even talk about
a lot of money off of subscriptions. But that's a whole different strategy. It's a whole different thing.
Let's not do that. Let's drink the rest of our champagne.
Yeah, we're going to do that. It's in the morning, so we're
By
drinking
the way,
champagne.
it's like 11 a.m. and it's July
Happy
4th.
4th of July! Woo!
I'm wearing
America.
my Old Navy 2013 rustic Americana shirt.
Is that a Houston blanket?
Well, I'm a huge Houston Texans fan. You know that.
I'm sorry. So
wait until we go Super Bowl this year.
So, anyways, thanks for listening, guys. We're happy to have you listen one more time. Not one more time, many more times.
See you forever.
See you forever. Goodbye. No. Thanks for tuning in again and listening to SEO is Dead and Other Lies. We really appreciate all the listeners that we have. Hopefully,
we do have some.
We'll have a good website running next week. If anyone wants to leave some questions, comments, or whatever.
We actually have a poll. Do you want it built on Joomla or Drupal?
Oh man. There's such great choices to choose from there.
There's only two.
Can I do Squarespace or?
No, it's too sophisticated.
Oh, okay. Wix, is that available?
Not too sophisticated.
What's the worst Web 2.0 that they make?
Nuke must be down there.
No, there's way worse ones than that.
It's probably like Mobius.
But anyway, so thanks again for listening, guys. I'm Paul Warren.
And I'm Ryan Klein.
And this has been another episode of SEO is Dead and Other Lies.
Take care. Have a good 4th.
Bye.
Yeah, if you get one of those like animated ones off of Fiverr, it always sounds like. The law firm has been in business for the past 20 years. Always a free consultation. We can make sure we help you with all legal issues.